Begin the high-flow reline with a prepared denture whose surfaces have been relieved by 1.5 to 2 millimeters. As with Dualign, the first step of the procedure is to apply a coating of triad bonding agent to the entire internal surface of the denture. Allow the denture to bend set for 1 to 2 minutes and then cure it in the triad unit for 1 minute. Drape a sheet of triad high-flow reline over the original tissue surface of the denture. For easy handling, wear gloves or use a moistened piece of gauze to help adapt the reline material to the denture. Be sure to remove any air bubbles from between the denture and the reline sheet. Now, simply trim the excess material away using a lab knife or a scalpel. Excess trimmings may be used for border molding or stored in the light-safe triad materials pouch for later use. With the bite registration in place, seat the denture in the patient's mouth and instruct the patient to close with firm pressure. Next, examine the reline impression and trim away excess reline material. You may need to repeat the impression process a few times to sufficiently work out excess reline material and reach a proper vertical dimension. The firm pressure necessary to work excess reline material out of the denture will cause some tissue distortion. To correct the distortion, once the desired vertical dimension is reached, allow your patient to relax for several minutes. Then check the vertical dimension again. When you are satisfied with the positioning, use a handheld light wand to stabilize the border areas of the reline denture for 10 to 20 seconds at several points. Also stabilize the palate area. Once the material has set enough to prevent distortion, remove the denture from the patient's mouth and cure it in the triad unit for an additional 2 minutes. At this point, the high-flow reline material should be fully stabilized. Return the denture to your patient's mouth to get a final check of position, feel, and bite relation before completing the curing process. Next, apply triad air barrier coating to the entire surface of the reline. Place the denture back in the triad unit and cure for 8 minutes. Remove the high-flow reline denture from the unit and rinse thoroughly. Trim and polish as necessary.